Happy World Space Week, and well done STEMFest for organizing such a great event. We've got thousands and thousands of young people dialing in today, and that is a great sign for the future. We're going to need a lot of young, talented people because the United States and partners like the United Kingdom have big plans. We're setting out to push the boundaries of space exploration. We're going to do whatever it takes to defend ourselves in space. And now we even have Mars in our sights. President Trump has said to the world, he wants the United States to be the first nation to plant a flag on Mars. So this is going to happen because when America says we're going to do something, you can never count us out. That's particularly true having such great partners. I remember when I was your age, President Kennedy made a promise, just like President Trump. President Kennedy said, by the end of the decade, we're going to put a man on the moon. And nobody believed him. The idea of landing a man on the moon was more like science fiction. None of the technology existed. We didn't have enough people at NASA. We didn't have enough computers. And America was also losing the space race back then. The USSR had already sent a man into orbit around Earth. We were a long way behind. But President Kennedy was not afraid of any of these obstacles. He was determined that a nation of freedom would win the race to put a man on the moon. He said, we choose to go to the moon and we do other things, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, we are unwilling to postpone, and one which we intend to win. 8 years later, Kennedy's promise came true. I can still remember seeing Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on TV and watching them plant the American flag on the surface of the moon. It was one of the greatest memories of my lifetime and one of the greatest achievements in American history. And now, once again, America is setting out to make history with allies and partners like Great Britain by our side. We're ramping up our coordination with agreements like the US-UK Artemis Accords, and we're collaborating with many other countries all over the world. Together, we're going to go further in space than anyone has gone before. So any of you young scientists considering a career in space, this is the perfect time to get involved. If you're determined, if you're ambitious, and if you have the courage to do what's never been done before, you're the kind of people we're looking for. And I've got some advice for all of you in your future endeavors. In fact, it's advice from a very good friend of mine. I think you'll know that friend because it was Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump. When he came to visit us in the UK, he wrote a letter to my boys. He said, "Dear Brick and Jack," and then just 2 words and an exclamation point after them. He said, "Think big," signed Donald J. Trump. That was his message to my sons, think big. And that is my message to all of you. Whatever you do next, whatever direction you take in life, think big. Shoot for the stars. And there will be no limit to what you can accomplish.